So I'm probably disappointed. I'm probably gutted. I'm something has to change, but I don't know who knew what. I'm thinking, why don't it just come out now then? You know, I knew, and I'm hearing everybody else is saying they've only just found out. It's breaking news.
Well, they're always coming up with new things to avoid certain drug tests where they just alter a chemical just slightly. It's way more potent, and it was legal. We would get it from a fucking chemical company where you ordered over the internet, and they would send you like an aspirin bottle of the shit.
Mounted shots, and that's what it takes. You know, it's one of those things. It's heavyweight boxing. You can get caught. I know all about getting caught.
I just had to go, no, come on, let's be smart about this. But I'm just like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever. Just sign that person up, do whatever.
He was on steroids. That's why Fabio Wardley looked like a machine in the ring. Joseph Parker showed pure skill, timing, and sharp combinations, but Fabio's punches had unnatural power. It wasn't heart or technique, it was chemistry from drugs, and fans are furious.
I'll tell you something. I am man of numbers. They give to me before I come here to the event.
This fight has shocked everyone, and an inquiry seems unavoidable. Joseph Parker showed skill and composure, but Fabio's sudden strength raises serious questions. The news broke fast, fans are talking non-stop, and the boxing world wants answers about what really happened in that ring.
Unfortunately, there is going to be there needs to be an inquiry straight after this. Why, what? But that's what I'm hearing. This news is as fresh to me as it is you. I'm quite sure when this goes out, it'll be all over the place anyway.
Eddie Hearn explains that all test results are now confirmed negative, but the situation around Fabio Wardley is still confusing. Joseph Parker fought with skill and focus, while fans question why a fighter showing such unnatural strength was even allowed in the ring. Clarity from the board is needed urgently.
We've just been waiting for all the final test results to come back from UCAD, which are now back, that are negative, and that's the testing process they use. So we need clarity from the board. If you're not suspending him, if you're not allowing this fight to happen, he can fight someone else, but you won't allow this fight? So again, it's quite fresh at the moment.
Johnny Nelson points out that drugs don't make a fighter truly better. Fabio Wardley may have looked stronger and faster, but he lacked real skill, timing, and ring intelligence. Joseph Parker's talent and technique stood out clearly, proving that heart and skill always beat artificial strength.
Drugs don't make you a better fighter. Drugs may make you a little stronger, may make you give you a bit more energy, but it don't make you technically smarter. It doesn't give you all of that. You know, so those drug cheats that do it purposely, you've got to remember, you know, why are you doing it? What difference is it going to make? It's going to make you like a boxing Einstein? I don't think so.
Fabio Wardley talks about staying focused, but in the ring, it's clear that his strength looked boosted. Joseph Parker showed real focus, timing, and sharp skills, while Fabio relied more on unnatural power and endurance. Fans question how much of his performance was talent and how much was enhanced. Even with speed and power, his technique couldn't match Parker's smart ring strategy.
I just need to not get distracted, not get dissuaded from anything, just stay on target, stay on focus. I have the athleticism, I have the speed, I have the power, I've got it in my tank to go through the rounds if you want to go. So there's none of those things are a factor or a problem for me. I just need to stay on job and stay focused.
Duke McKenzie highlights the danger of cheating in boxing. Fabio Wardley may have looked powerful, but the suspicion of performance-enhancing drugs makes his punches dangerous. Joseph Parker showed true skill and timing. The sport demands fairness because lives are at risk, and Wardley's unnatural strength puts the integrity of boxing in question. Fans and experts are calling for serious action against anyone who crosses that line.
If it was me, take his license away. You know, because you cannot cheat in the sport of boxing. Not if you're going to put on a pair of gloves and get inside that square circle and physically fight somebody, and potentially you could easily lose your life, then to take anything which will give you enhance your performance, it's just wrong.
Dave Coldwell expresses shock at Fabio Wardley's performance. The raw power in the ring was eye-catching, but fans and experts suspect steroids. Joseph Parker's skill and clean technique stood in contrast to Wardley's explosive but unnatural punches. Everyone is demanding the facts and calling for clarity before making conclusions. The boxing community is furious at the possibility of cheating overshadowing real talent.
Fucking hell, cheating bastard. You know, that's the initial reaction. Whether it's a first fail or a third fail, that's the initial reaction, your gut reaction is. But then obviously we don't know what he's failed for yet, and we don't know what it is. But then when it's somebody that's failed 3 times, or this is the third adverse reaction.
Adam Catterall raises safety concerns after Fabio Wardley's performance. His punches looked strong, but fans wonder if drugs gave him that edge. Joseph Parker's skills were pure and calculated, highlighting the unfairness. The board must enforce rules seriously to protect fighters and fans. A proper investigation is necessary before anyone steps into the ring again. Wardley's unnatural strength makes this a major safety issue for boxing.
Want to turn up and get paid.
Correct.
This should not be their decision. The British Boxing Board of Control should be standing up and taking the voluntary anti-doping test seriously. Absolutely. Yes, I know that you work with the UK anti-doping, I know that, but this is a test. He's popped hot. Let's look into it properly. What happens what if something happens on Saturday night?
Absolutely.
What if we've already got a safety issue with the weight?
Johnny Nelson expresses disappointment at the chaos surrounding Fabio Wardley. His punches looked impressive, but suspicion of drugs makes the performance controversial. Joseph Parker's skill and clean fighting highlighted the difference. The situation keeps changing, and fans are desperate for clear answers. Boxing needs transparency to maintain credibility and protect fighters from unfair advantages. Wardley's unnatural strength leaves everyone questioning the sport's integrity.
It don't matter what drug you take, it doesn't make you a better fighter. It might make you stronger, might make you fit. It doesn't make you a better fighter. That's proof. So until more news.
Don Charles is firm on drugs in boxing being unacceptable. Fabio Wardley may have looked strong, but any advantage from substances is unforgivable. Joseph Parker showed real skill and heart, proving natural talent beats artificial strength. Fans and experts are angry at the lack of strict punishment. Wardley's performance raises questions about fairness and whether governing bodies are taking enough action.
Recent times, deeply disappointed because there's a lot of kids coming into the sport looking up to these characters, and they should be more responsible in the way the offences like taking drugs. I mean, this is very unforgiving. You can't. I'm sorry. Provided it's been found, it's 100% that those substances were found in his system. It's unforgiving. And you know what? I blame the governing bodies because I don't believe that they imposing heavy enough fines.
Frank Warren compares punishment to justice. Fabio Wardley looked powerful in the ring, but suspicion of drugs makes it unfair. Joseph Parker's skill and technique stood out in contrast. Fans believe if a fighter cheats, they should face serious consequences. Boxing must enforce rules strictly to ensure fairness. The strength Wardley displayed feels tainted, leaving the sport and fans frustrated.
Where they're coming from, but the fact of the matter is, it's like if you go to prison, you're found guilty of a crime, you go to prison, you serve your sentence, and the slate gets wiped clean.
Daniel Dubois is clear that cheaters should not be in the ring. Fabio Wardley's strength looked impressive, but drugs may have been behind it. Joseph Parker's clean skill and sharp technique made the difference obvious. Fans are calling for Wardley to step aside until everything is clarified. Boxing must protect true fighters and ensure that talent, not chemistry from drugs, decides the outcome.
And find the people that are, doing that sort of thing. So, drug cheats need to, they need to step aside and let real fighters fight.
Canelo Alvarez stresses patience before jumping to conclusions, and this advice fits perfectly with the Fabio Wardley situation. In the ring, Fabio looked stronger than ever, but Joseph Parker's skill, timing, and strategy clearly highlighted the difference between natural talent and enhanced power. Fans are shocked at how explosive Fabio appeared and are speculating about performance-enhancing drugs. While Parker moved with precision and intelligence, Fabio relied on sheer brute force, which seemed to come from something extra running through his system rather than technique. The boxing world is buzzing with questions, and Alvarez's caution reminds everyone to wait for full facts. Yet, the fight itself left no doubt about Parker's superior skill and clean performance. The contrast is stark, and fans are calling for clarity from the authorities to maintain the sport's integrity.
I don't know exactly what is going on, and so I don't have anything to say right now. I'm surprised, yes, because I know Ryan, and I don't.
Adam Smith points out the huge challenge Fabio Wardley posed for Joseph Parker, but the fight itself revealed a clear truth. Parker, rejuvenated under Andy Lee, displayed sharp skills, timing, and ring intelligence that Wardley could not match naturally. Fabio brought heavy punches, but it was obvious that his strength came from something beyond regular training. Fans saw Parker using skillful combinations, moving with precision, and controlling the pace while Fabio relied on raw, unnaturally strong punches. Wardley's energy was impressive, but the boxing world is questioning whether it was chemistry from drugs rather than true talent. Despite past heavyweights like Joe Joyce and Dillian Whyte testing Parker, in this fight his clean skill shone brightest. The contrast between Parker's intelligence and Wardley's brute force became the central talking point, sparking outrage and discussion about fairness in boxing.
Parker has got wonderful skills, and under Andy Lee he's really rejuvenated, and I think he's one of the best heavyweights in the world, period now, former world champion. Of course, I think he's better than he once was, so that's a problem for Wardley, but Wardley brings that power in, and remember, Joe Joyce knocked Joe Parker out, others have had him in trouble, Dillian Whyte down, so you can never write Wardley out of anything.
Joseph Parker made it clear that focus is everything in boxing, and his fight with Fabio Wardley proved it. While Wardley looked terrifyingly strong in the ring, it was obvious that his punches had extra power, possibly from performance-enhancing substances. Parker, however, relied entirely on skill, timing, and smart strategy, proving that true talent can overcome brute force. Every combination he threw was precise, every defensive move calculated, highlighting his ring IQ. Fans were shocked at how unnatural Wardley's strength seemed, and many argued he should be banned for endangering fair competition. Parker's mindset of treating each opponent seriously, whether they are Wardley or Usyk, shows professionalism and class. The fight became a lesson in contrasting approaches, skill and intelligence versus raw, chemically enhanced power. Parker's clean and strategic victory emphasized that in boxing, talent and heart ultimately outweigh any artificial advantage. The sport's credibility and fighter safety are now hot topics after this match, and the boxing world is demanding answers.
Whoever's in front of you, fight them, smash them, move on to the next. So for me, this Fabio Wardley fight is the most important, and he is my Usyk, because there's no point thinking about Usyk if I can't take care of business with Fabio Wardley.
Roy Jones Jr. praises Joseph Parker as the top fighter, and the fight against Fabio Wardley proves it. Parker moved with speed, threw precise combinations, and controlled the ring with intelligence and skill. Andy Lee's guidance in his corner kept him sharp and focused throughout. Wardley looked strong and powerful, but his punches seemed unnaturally heavy, raising questions about drugs. Fans noticed that while Wardley had raw strength, he lacked timing, accuracy, and boxing intelligence. Parker's every move was calculated, showing the difference between real skill and artificial power. The fight highlighted how preparation, strategy, and talent always outweigh brute force. Wardley tried to intimidate with power, but Parker's calm, precise, and smart boxing made him look dominant. The contrast between Parker's technique and Wardley's suspicious strength sparked discussion across the boxing community. Parker's performance reinforced his status as a top heavyweight, while Wardley's questionable enhancement left fans demanding fairness, stricter rules, and clarity from the authorities to protect the sport.
He's got wonderful skills, and under Andy Lee he's really rejuvenated, and I think he's one of the best heavyweights in the world, period now, former world champion. Of course, I think he's better than he once was, so that's a problem for Wardley, but Wardley brings that power in, and remember, Joe Joyce knocked Joe Parker out. Others have had him in trouble.
The fight between Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley has left the boxing world stunned and talking non-stop. Parker showcased pure skill, sharp timing, and intelligent combinations, proving that natural talent always beats brute strength. Wardley may have looked like a powerhouse in the ring, but it was clear to fans and experts that his punches carried an unnatural force, raising serious questions about performance-enhancing drugs. Every move Parker made highlighted the difference between calculated technique and artificial advantage, and his calm and precise strategy earned him a clear edge. This matchup also sparked debate about fairness and fighter safety, with many calling for stricter rules and investigations to protect the sport. The way Parker handled the fight underlined his status as a top heavyweight and a true professional who respects the ring and the craft. Fans cannot ignore the lessons from this bout and the importance of clean competition. If you want to see more in-depth analysis, expert opinions, and behind-the-scenes details about fights like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest updates and breaking news in the world of boxing.